I was a true believer. I was one of his closest advisors. The Trump family became my family. I spent Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's all at Mar-a-Lago. I saw him when the cameras were off. Behind closed doors, Trump mocks his supporters. He calls them basement dwellers. He has no empathy, no morals, and no fidelity to the truth. He used to tell me, "It doesn't matter what you say, Stephanie. Say it enough and people will believe you." But it does matter. What you says matter, and what you don't say matters. On January 6th, I asked Melania if we could at least tweet that while peaceful protest is the right of every American, there's no place for lawlessness or violence. She replied with one word: no. I became the first senior staffer to resign that day. I couldn't be part of the insanity any longer. When I was press secretary, I got skewered for never holding a White House briefing. It's because, unlike my boss, I never wanted to stand at that podium and lie. Now here I am, behind a podium, advocating for a Democrat. And that's because I love my country more than my party. Kamala Harris tells the truth. She respects the American people, and she has my vote. Thank you.
Of the two major candidates in this race, only Kamala Harris truly understands the unseen labor and unwavering commitment that has always made America great. Now, unfortunately, we know what comes next. We know folks are going to do everything they can to distort her truth. My husband and I sadly know a little something about this. For years, Donald Trump did everything in his power to try to make people fear us. See, his limited, narrow view of the world made him feel threatened by the existence of two hardworking, highly educated, successful people who happen to be Black. Wait. I want to know, who's going to tell him that the job he's currently seeking might just be one of those Black jobs?
You. It is an honor to be with you tonight because we're laying the groundwork for Kamala Harris to become our next president. We must summon the courage to stand up to wealth and power and deliver justice for people at home and abroad. Abroad, we must end this horrific war in Gaza. Bring home the hostages and demand an immediate ceasefire. I want you all to remember where we were 3.5 years ago. We were in the midst of the worst public health crisis in 100 years, and the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. And within 2 months of taking office, our government did respond. Now, I say all of this not to relive that difficult moment, but to make one simple point. When the political will is there, government can effectively deliver for the people of our country. Brothers and sisters, bottom line, we need an economy that works for all of us, not just the billionaire class. I look forward to working with Kamala and Tim to pass this agenda. And let us be very clear. This is not a radical agenda. But let me tell you what a radical agenda is. And that is Trump's Project 2025. At a time of massive income and wealth inequality, giving more tax breaks to billionaires is radical. Putting forth budgets to cut Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid is radical. Letting polluters destroy our planet is radical. And my friends, we won't let that happen. On November 5th, let us elect Kamala Harris as our president, and let us go forward to create the nation we know we can become. Thank you all very much.
There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes. It just goes on and on and on. The other day I heard someone compare Trump to the neighbor who keeps running his leaf blower outside your window every minute of every day. Now, from a neighbor, that's exhausting. From a president, it's just dangerous.
I'm Jack Schlossberg. President John F. Kennedy is my grandfather, and he's my hero. JFK was the youngest person ever elected president and the first Catholic. He sent a man to the moon, fought for civil rights, and navigated the Cuban Missile Crisis peacefully. Most of all, he inspired a new generation to ask what they could do for our country. Tonight, JFK's call to action is now ours to answer, because once again, the torch has been passed to a new generation, to a leader who shares my grandfather's energy, vision, and optimism for our future. That leader is Vice President Kamala Harris. As president, she will fight for working families. She will expand investments in clean energy so that my generation will have clean air and good jobs. She will defend our freedoms, the freedom for women anywhere in America to make their own healthcare choices, the freedom to be safe from gun violence, the freedom to vote easily and without fear. The choice is ours to make, and history is watching to see what we will do. Now, let's elect Kamala Harris the next President of the United States. Thank you.